Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play some more Minecraft. So, the TPS issues we had are gone. If we do TPS here, 26, a little high right now, but no. We were literally just roofing it at 50 the other day, and that was due to a bug. We were using this chisel, and we can look on here actually. Chisel, bits and chisels. And unfortunately, there was some sort of MBT. I don't know all the ins and outs, but it was really bad on killing the server performance. We had Vivi, who's our like resident expert in making beautiful things, especially when it comes with little, things like chisel and bits. And unfortunately, that was causing some weird MBT. I don't know if it was overly saving or overly sending it or what was happening, but basically it was destroying all the performance and making everyone have a bad day. So we have the mod still. We're going to probably take it off the server end anyways. I'm going to hope the client still works, because since it's included in the client, other people might use it for, say, what do you call it? They might use it for other things, but if they're playing single player, I don't want to ruin their games. But unfortunately, the mod really has to go. I don't see it getting fixed anytime soon, so that's just how life goes, right? The author had some ideas, but he felt like it wasn't something he could fix right away, so... Whee! I'm so fast. I just wanted to go on here on a proper, ride, because last time it was so shameful. I felt so bad that, we didn't go for a proper little ride through the countryside here. So anyways, this is our rail between Electrobot and my place. He did most of the work, to be fair, especially the big bridge and stuff. I helped a wee bit, but no, it was definitely mostly him here. Yeah, now you have to get back. So we've already visited his base, but here's the trick. Now to try to get back home without getting killed by all the creatures. That's always a fun one, but I gave it a bit of a push. You physically push the cart yourself, you'll get that extra push, and you should be able to get going. And then we have to go up this really tricky hill here. But I did put extra boosters on there anyway, so it should be decent now. So there we have it. We should be pretty good. Haha. But anyways, yeah, I love this. We always love minecarts. It's been a big thing in our servers. We used to run a server called Godcraft back in the day, and we used to have this massive rail system, and it was something I loved. I enjoyed. I always wanted rails on it, and then people like Electrobot, came and helped build this rail even more over the time, and built even new ones on new worlds and things like that. And that's actually been Electrobot's favorite thing ever. But it was one of the reasons why I love my Godcraft server, was because, I started wanting a rail system, and we started building one, and next you know, there was a huge community presence on actually helping it. It was a really fun thing, because I really liked the projects. And we did a few of those on Godcraft, where we had one project where we had so many, was that fire or whatever? We had so many people helping that we were actually like DDoSing everyone's connection, because there were so many packets being sent and received, because there was like 20 plus people there just mining all at once with as fast as possible, and it was crazy. It was a fun experience. But yeah, we'll get home here today. So today we're going to, I think, work on a new smelting setup. It's something we need to work on. Whee! Jerk. It's something we need to work on, and I think it'd be a perfect day to start getting on that. So I've changed this up. Obviously, this was on the other side, I believe. This is now over here. I'll probably put that elevator mod. I got to figure it out, but this is a full size up here of the 2x2 chunks. Or no, it was 3x3, right? Yeah, it was 3x3, right? Yeah. And yeah, so it's the full size, and we'll utilize some of this. So I was thinking of moving my mining equipment possibly up here, as well as getting a new smelter array, or making a smelter array from what we have over here as well, up there, so we can start working on that. And that way we can use some of this for other things, maybe enhance it, get rid of the steam devices possibly, turn it all into electric devices. so that we can do a bit more with it. Obviously, this has been going great. The materials here are getting. I ran the drills a couple times, so I ran it once or twice, maybe the steel drill, and then ran the copper one like 2 or 3 times. And yeah, you always get so much of the bronze, sorry, but you get so much of copper always. But that's good. That's fine. And yeah, so I just been removing these out when they get a little full. But we got lots of materials here. I'm not really too worried about shortages or anything like that. So that's the good news here right now. And actually, how are we doing for... Oh, there you go. We're doing pretty good for aluminium as well. So that's good news. Okay, so pretty cool. So yeah, I would say really we're gonna be taking all this down and starting fresh. So let's take it down together. Why not, right? We're gonna have to clean some stuff up, obviously. So I think these ones are already cleaned up. Yeah. So I've been processing the coal here. I did some temporary more wiring here. So this is uncooked steel, for example, going over here. I'd like to upgrade my steel processing all into this method, though for now this will have to do because that uncooked steel can only be cooked in that one. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. It's because they want you to use carbon, and carbon's the upgrade. And even though it costs you a bit more iron, I guess in the end it's like you have so much iron it doesn't really matter. But it's just one of those things that kind of bother me. And to create carbon, it actually takes a long time. I have it buffered up quite a bit, but if you think about it, I mean that's only, what is it, times 4? So that's only like 40k steel in the end. And I've been running this thing for a long time, but I guess 40k is a lot. Here's our bauxite processing. Oh yeah, here, we can make some more aluminium. So there you go. And talking about the lag from that bits and chisel or whatever they call it, it also caused our first crash on the server. And unfortunately, it had to be that one too, so it was a bit disappointing. Yeah, so we're trying to actually make more of this. I'll let it go. I'm going to let this run for a couple days kind of thing. It'll take a while. You'll probably see multiple episodes while we're still making that steel, but I'm just going to let it go. So, and then over here, we got lots of different stuff here. So this is where we need to look into getting new storage anyways. I was thinking with our new setup, what we'll do is we'll actually do new ore storage within like barrels themselves, and that way we can we don't have to worry as much about certain resources coming in, and then we're gonna learn to break it all up anyways, right? So we're gonna like eventually you'll probably need diamond dust for something. I'm guessing if we break it down, there's something for everything, right? So I wonder, is there? Oh, we don't have any more now in there. I was actually kind of curious. What's diamond dust, or what's diamond ore give us? So obviously you got that. You macerate it. You mace it in the dust. Okay, so you got those guys. You got the unpacker. There might not actually be anything too exciting. Now, you can do it in different levels. Like, for example, maybe there was something in this level. No, there's just that. So oddly enough, there might be nothing exciting for diamonds. You can use it for other things, but you have the implosion compressor. Maybe plates are used. Diamond. Oh, okay. Here you go. There's a logic unit, so you're going to use it on the plate-based system there. So there are usages, and that's kind of the thing you have to realize is there's usages for a bit of everything, and that's one of the reasons why we got to start moving all this. Is because, for example, iron ore is going to be required for one of our new materials. Even though it's a whole different material, it comes from a byproduct of the iron. And so we have to we have to know this, and then we're going to have to do something about it, basically, with our new setup. So that's kind of the idea. And I like to make this setup big enough and strong enough that I can have like a different array for each one. So like I would like this processing to have its own setup. I want this processing to have its own setup, not the same one, but its own setup. And that way we're kind of going, over the top, but in a good way. This is our bauxite. So what have I been doing with the bauxite? I think I've just been macerating it by hand, haven't I? Yeah. So we could just keep doing that. There you go. Just get out of the... for now, but like I said, that won't be the case in the future. We'll process it other ways, but it's a idea like where we do some of these manually for the processing. That's what we want to remove, is that manual process, and then just make this like completely automatic to the point where I'll probably even have a throwaway system. So it'll do its stacking and buffering and everything else. And then when there's just too much of it, it'll have like a priority elsewhere where it'll void it if it gets too much. You know what I mean? But so far I've been doing that by hand. So I just, place another barrel in and remove it and replace it. But it might get to the point where we just void it. So yeah, so there you go. So here we go. I thought we'd take these apart together just for fun. It's a sign of a new change. It's a big deal, So I thought, hey, we rip this together. We'll do a lot of cuts. I'm not going to sit here and assemble each of them one by one again. Figure out exactly what I'm going to do look wise or whatever. I'm going to have to go down to grab those. That's fine. But yeah, I think this will be great. I didn't check. Is this full of anything? No. Really good. Okay. We checked all these, so this worked out well. This one doesn't have a lot of flooring on the bottom of it, so most of it's going to fall on the ground, but that's fine. Love the chain effects. There you go. One thing I kind of miss that this mod doesn't offer is sounds, but like, one of the main authors of it, or I don't know, his name is on the actual mod as the main author, I guess. So, but anyways, he doesn't see it ever happening just because he doesn't play with the sounds on. And I guess that makes some sense, but I mean, it sounds add like an atmosphere to a game too, right? So, I mean, for him, obviously it's a low prior. I mean, if, and even if he asks, is like, hey, I'm going to add, a whole new tier, or we can spend, all that time, working on sounds, what would you choose? You'd probably work on that tier, you know what I mean? So there's some, reasons why, it's better to focus your efforts and everything else on something else, to be fair. But yeah, so that cleans that up. We're going to clean all this up eventually here too. And then what I like to do, and this is the part where it might get a little tricky, is I'd like to get an elevator up here and put all the machines up here, but I don't know how to do that yet, or how I want to do it. I also don't know where I want to put it. I probably put it over here just for the fact that most of my stuff is over here already. So it would make sense rebuilding it in this area. But it's kind of then connecting the two. Now keep in mind that there's a hole through all this, so we can go through this. It's dark in here, but this is a floated wall or whatever, so mobs won't spawn on it. And then you just end up over here. So yeah, same idea with this, except a little cleaner, and it won't probably be as annoying, honestly. But you'll want to use half slabs if you want to, like, build stuff on that floor. But oh wow, we having, what's going on here? You're just using, that's it turning on using micro amounts, so it's being used for the pump and stuff like that, but I've never actually seen it do that before, so that's like, what the frig? Kind of freaky. That's cool. Like I said, yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do, though, to be fair. That's gonna get in the way anyways, yeah. So I'm thinking we should really just rip most of this down, just like go crazy and be like, we rip it all down. This thing has been good. You have a lot of carbon dust. We should probably get a container for the carbon dust. That should work. Oh wait, the carbon dust is the one there, so just the coal dust, sorry. For now, so we can get rid of it. There you go. Because I want to take this down, and it's going to be part of the processing anyway, so might as well take it all out. There you go. There you go. So we can take you out. You take you out. Take you out on a fancy date. There we go. And then this is transformer stuff I used for that just for fun because it was like, why not? I didn't have a setup like that, so that made sense. And then, like I said, I think I'm just gonna take this array out of here. I just built it. I want these things, and I don't think it deserves taking it away from me, right? Like, I don't think I would use this specific array since I have all this stuff in other usages anyways. I only use this in our array at this point, so it would make sense that we just remove it all. So yeah, I won't go and clean all the wiring right now. I'll just leave that later on. But I just wanted to make sure we pick up our arrays. I have a good spot here that I usually go up. But yeah, so we got 6 left. Yeah, we got 2 and 6. So that's the right ones for that. Perfect. And then we're going to need, I'll probably set up a whole new water thing. Honestly, a new power setup wouldn't be a bad idea, though I'd like to share power and use the same one from the whole base. So maybe that would be a little overkill if I, go and get all the power out. But I could always move this current power. That might not be a bad idea, bring it upstairs. But then, eventually you're removing some of the love down here too, right? So, but I think this all can go out of here. Heck, a lot of this can go, but I want to keep some manual machines still for some stuff. But, getting rid of the steam would be a big help, I think. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'm going to do a big cut here. And then this will be just me trying to figure out how I want to do this now. And then we'll come back. Okay, so this is how I decided. Each one, I just turned it off, but each one will be within its chunk on the chunk border. And that way we kind of get like a fresh start on each of them. I thought, why not, right? So we'd probably do the same idea as we already did. So we'll do drill here. And so we'll do 1 bronze and then, or gold, not gold, bronze, sorry. It's like, oh yeah, it's a gold drill all of a sudden. And then 1 steel is usually the first 2. And then you have another one here. It doesn't even have the controller. None of these have even the hatches yet. It's just the basics. And then basically we're going to work on this, right? So we know this has an output of 2, 4, 6 items. So I'm going to literally just do that. So we're going to go ahead and do that as an output. And I think I'm going to do the input on the left side now. We're just going to have this here. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And then what we do here is we're just going to add these all into our thingy-mabopper here. So you can see their worth and value and blah, blah, blah. So if you feel like this might run pretty fast, you could always put, say this number 2 with this guy and this with that. But I actually find it just easier to put the one that you don't use really for. So like, redstone, like the ones that won't have the normal processing, I just like to put them together. Oops, not that one. Redstone and coal, for example. I'm going to put that as its own. And then I just take them off there so I remember. And then we can do gold and actually, you know what? Let's do tin and copper. And then we can do, say, gold and iron. Just something in my brain that makes it right. And then we do the auto output on these ones, obviously, and boom, there you go. And you're done, except the part where you need to put in your input hatch and the power and stuff, right? But that's the point. That's as simple as that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to feed that out into some sort of array, which I have to still decide. So same on here again. This one's a little more complicated, though. Actually quite a bit more complicated. So this one has a lot more ore types than the other guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to get 5 in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basically. And which makes sense because I have 5 available. There you go. So same idea. So what do you want to start out with? So these ones have a lot less that you do regular processing with. Some of these I probably even shouldn't be doing the kind of processing I do anyways, and then I break it down a second time, which is I guess is okay. So here's lead ore and antimony, for example. You could put that into the one. So lead ore, antimony, perfect. The other one here is nickel. And is there anything else I can do with normal? No. At that point, you're pretty much done, right? So nickel and I think I just killed bauxite. Bring the bauxite back. There you go. What does quartz turn into? You macerate, you do that. Can you actually smelt quartz? No. I was just wondering. So I would just basically go with whatever. So let's just do bauxite. Sure, why not? There you go. And then we're going to go ahead with diamond, and let's do lapis. And actually, no, let's do emeralds since emerald exists. So diamonds and emeralds. And then up here, we can do lapis, and let's just do salt for fun. There you go. And then up here, you can do lignite and quartz. There you go. So same idea. And then this is where things will get a bit different than what we normally do is like we're gonna start feeding these out into, so they're gonna feed into these, and then we're gonna feed them into a bank here basically of these material types. So that was my idea anyways this time around. So I was thinking something like, we could put it in the front here, and then you can do it. So this has 5 different kinds, right? So you just put 5 of these here, and then that'll connect to that. Oh, is it 5 or 2 or 6? It was 6, right? Oops. I hate that. I wish that would never get involved with that. Yeah, 6, sorry. So yeah, you have 6 here. And then this one was easier. 2, yeah, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of these. So this one gets a little more wackier. So that's 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, and we ran out. Oh no, we have more. Awesome. I was actually worried we'd run out. I guess I made enough. There you go. 5. And then basically I'm going to hook up all the filtering for this. So I'm going to have the output coming into these, and yeah. But basically it'll be a nice big little array here where it'll have that. And it's nice and displayed for each of them, right? And this way, this is its buffer. I mean, it holds, 32,000 ore? So that's a hell of a buffer. You don't have to really worry about this. It also lets me run it for a long time and then really think, oh, crap. So this one material, I'll use the same amount. I can fix it and stuff like that. So let me continue working on these. I'm going to start wiring these up and stuff, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we're doing pretty good here. So I got turbines here. Now, these are more than is needed here. Just thinking you could run off of the other machines here, but I didn't want to go crazy with like running one bank and doing a bunch of them at once, just because I thought, you know what, probably wouldn't have enough oomph anyway. So we'll see how it goes anyway. So this will be its own section. This will be its own section. I'm thinking I'll put some walls off camera in here and stuff, make some dividers, but anyways, and these are all set up. They all filters. I even did filters pulling out, filters putting in each of them, so that should be good. Now I just need to go ahead and get these some steam. I need to get the white ones here, so I guess we can use our little escape pouch that hurts us each time I go down. So this is what it looks like down here, just to hook that bank up to that right now. Just simple. Trying to keep it all in the chunk too, which keeps it clean, obviously. Let's see here. Do I have very little of those actually? So I have any regular fluid pipes? Very little. Let's go grab a stack of this. Probably need more than a stack to be fair. Yeah, let's grab a couple stacks then. That way we got something going here. So we need dye here. There you go. So let's get 16 of these, I guess. There you go. And I think it's just in here. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and just put this pipe around here. And you around here, please. Oh, that did not. Oh, yeah. I grabbed the small stack. There you go. It's like something didn't go right. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to have to feed this from top to bottom, I guess. Yeah, you wouldn't want to do bottom to the top because it's harder to climb upwards, right? So, but basically now we're just going to get these guys some nice fluids here. So we'll just go and do this. Now, I haven't hit any kind of limit yet, but I wonder if there is some sort of limit on how far these pipes can, So far, I haven't seen a limit, right? But it's just like the amount of fluid can be in these pipes. But maybe there really isn't, the way they do it. But just an interesting thought, I guess, just for the fact that we use them all the time. And I haven't had it scream at me yet, so that's always good news. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and just... Oops, I didn't mean to do the shift click. There you go. Regular click. There you go. And that can go down below. Okay, so that should work. And then, yeah, we bring these down to the next floor down. Now, I would probably go ahead and attach these. I don't think that'd be a big issue as much. I mean, all these wires. Oh, actually, no, the wires can't attach because the max through is 256. And we're kind of using that, right? So I wouldn't be doing that for that one. But later on, I might use like MV or HV, whatever, and, have a better backbone. But since we haven't really done that much yet, I just didn't want to start doing that now, really. So these can definitely share, though. Let's share them here, actually. There you go. And then we can bring these downstairs. So, I mean, our thing is down here, roughly down here. So maybe we can just bring this down, yeah, right here. There you go. More falling. I like falling, apparently. Oh, that's one block over there too far. Okay. And then I do have some of the fluid stuff here, but yeah, I was hoping I have something right here, which we do. Look how interesting that makes it. There you go. And that's all connected. So if everything works out, that should be powered up there. And then, yeah, actually, the whole thing should be powered. We can take a bunch of drills. So this will really eat our power up. This might be a good test, actually, for power usage. So let's take you out of here, and let's take you out of here. And let's take a couple of buckets. I'm going to show you something with this. This is kind of cool. We're just going to go to one of these guys and grab this. There you go. Okay. You guys will like this. This will help prime up your systems, basically. This might kill our water, though, even temporarily. All the water that's going to go through here is going to be quite crazy-ish. Yeah, I don't know how much it fills in. It does a good job, though. That's all I can say. So let's see what we got going here. Okay, so you are powered up. That's what I like to see. You are powered up. You're powered up. And yeah, you guys are all powered up. So this is exactly what we want to see. Okay, so I guess one thing you want to probably do. Oh yeah, we don't have our things in here yet, so we'll do that now. Is you're gonna probably want to put a filter on these just so you don't accidentally. I was just thinking because I'm an idiot, right? And so you have to think of like an idiot. So it comes naturally to me. I was like, oh, what happens if I put the wrong drill in it? Well, like I screw up the system, make it messy, blah blah blah. Well, yeah, I guess you would make a mess. So what you need to do is put a filter in. So that's simple. We've learned all that filtering stuff anyways. We just go ahead and drag this in here, and there you go. There's no accidental putting in the wrong drills now because it only accepts those ones. Even when you drag them in, it shouldn't let you override, basically, which should be the key here. So, okay, so let's go ahead, put you in there, and then let's go ahead and put you in here. And so you're wondering what those buckets are for. Well, these can kind of prime and bring up your efficiency up faster. So we can go like this, put a bucket in each of these. And you can put a couple buckets in these, but it went from up to 40 efficiency already. So we could go down. Let's do it again for fun, just so we can crank up the speed, make sure our power and everything's enough. But basically, you can really crank these guys up and, yeah, do a good job here. So we have our blast furnace going. These guys are all running now because we kind of went crazy with them too. So this will give us a good example of, is our power ready for this or is it not ready for this? Because this will, I can tell you alone, all these running right now, especially once they hit peak, that's not enough to keep your power running. That system needs to be split up basically at this point, but I'm fine with it. I'm just letting you know that you're looking for your answer. That wall can't run on its own on 8 of those generators, but that's not a big deal to me right now. So we'll go ahead and we'll lubricant these up again. And there you have it. So these guys are not 90. So this is running at 58, and they can still go a bit higher, but now it runs so fast that they'll do their own thing, right? So I think this goes up to what? Does this go to like, will it hit 128, or does it do like a weird thing? I think it might hit 128 once it gets up to that high point. So and you can see it climbs really fast once you got them going. So And there you go. So we're slowly populating these. That makes me happy. Yeah, there you go. So this one tells me I've done a good job here. So and if you don't see stuff sitting in there, it's probably keeping up. It might take some time. Now this one will always go slower, by the way. You'll notice that it takes longer. And that's for the fact that its base recipe is 12 EU a tick. So it naturally actually requires more power. And so it'll never be as fast. So not with this setup. I guess maybe with bigger hatches and stuff. I haven't tried that yet. I'm assuming you can increase the speed. I don't want to do that right now, obviously, but yeah, so 128. So basically you'd be using half of this bank now. And I guess this would also go to 128 maxed out. So yeah. But there you have it, my friends. Pretty damn cool if you ask me. And yeah, so this will be our new method. So now that this stuff is just flying through, let's make sure our water consumption and everything's fine. I have a feeling that we're going to get low. I mean, with that going, with this going right now, right? This is still going? Yeah, this is going right now at max speed. With those guys going in there. And we're not doing any kind of processing. This water can't be doing so well. I'll be damned. I don't know how. How about this here? 996. It looks like it's holding. Yeah, so I'm amazed, but it looks like this can all hold. So I can't see this always being the case, but you know what? I'm not going to argue with it. If it wants to hold right now, I'm going to say go for it. So it doesn't seem possible, but I mean, obviously it is possible because it's doing it. Cool. Anyways, if we take a look at this, like I said, these guys are probably crapping their pants. Like, this is usually the one that fails the most. So, yeah, look at the power usage right there. So, which is fine, but, and they kind of even out the power, right? So, they won't go down to nothing and, like, stall out and stuff. They'll just kind of take a portion of it. And so, they'll still have some efficiency, some speed, but they're not going to be perfect, obviously. But that's completely fine. And then these guys are going to slowly fill all those up again, so... Did I grab them right out of here? I guess that's what I did, right? Yeah, so 47 and there you go. So these are almost done. But, of course, it requires the circuits and everything else. So this will run for a while. But, yeah, it's amazing. I love it. I actually have enjoyed this a lot. More than most packs I've played. Just because, you know, I have to be a little smarter. I have to get, like, an automation thing going. And it's not something I do often. And so I think that's a really enjoyable thing. It's probably something I should have done more often. You know, I make these servers and we're like, oh, but don't lag the server. And that is the way. Don't lag the server. You're going to be screw it for everyone else. But maybe these smaller servers and these kind of, you know, packs, if I make them or play another pack, isn't a bad idea because you can have a little bit more fun. I mean, you know, you could be this idiot who just cries and whines about, the server's lagging, you can't do this, you can't do that, and just not have fun, or just screw it, you know. You know, it depends on the server type you make. You know, GTNH, you gotta be a little bit more conscious. Unfortunately, that thing lags just sneezing wrong, and that server is meant for a lot of players, so you have to be a little bit better on that. But to be fair, GTNH doesn't require severe, massive, huge automation, not at first, anyways. And there's ways to, you know, make it lag free and things like that. But this one right off the bat is like, we've made more circuits than I've ever made probably in GTNH already. And I played that for a couple months at least, you know, so it's like, it gives you an idea that it's a completely different type of style mod pack. But I can see now, like, those grindy ones get to infinity and I'd be like, no one can do that. Well, every time I thought that and was using that, like, kind of that mindset, that was because I wasn't going to use, like, automation, or not to the degree like this, really. It would just be more like, yeah, maybe I'll automate, you know, smelting the ores or something, right? But it was never like, you know, then automatically go here and then get me my circuits and things like that. But obviously that's the way to go. So this makes me happy. Everything is filled in except one of them, which I'm assuming that just one hasn't been lucky. That's all. So if we look in here, that's lapis lazuli. I don't see any lapis in here. And I'm pretty sure, which one was lapis? There's lapis there. So it would go in there. This is all good because it has lapis there and it has lapis there. So yeah, it's just we haven't hit lapis yet. But to give you an idea, all the materials we've gotten so far now, you can see that, yeah, look at decent amount of materials. And have we gone through? Oh, yeah, look at that. We've already gone through quite a bit of the bronze ones, but yeah, it definitely works. I'll probably do a few, do another stack of each of them. But this one will be a lot slower, but keep in mind it runs a lot slower. So it's 1, 2, 3. And this one is a lot faster. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's like what, 4 times faster, something like that. But anyways, yeah, it's hugely faster, which makes a difference. But then again, I don't need a huge abundance of this stuff yet either. So, but yeah, I'm really happy with this. It definitely works. I'm gonna work on probably getting the smelting and stuff done off camera, just because the big part was getting this together. Getting a new area done together. I think that was a big chunk of the episode. So I think I'm really happy with that now. And let's just take one more look at our power and make sure everything's okay. So, yeah, our water is keeping up, honestly, and it looks like our power has been keeping up as well. So, yeah, I don't see any flaws here yet. They must be on the verge of collapse, though. I mean, if I were to have all the processing going, I would assume then maybe it'd be too much, but who knows? But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.